idea. What I said was that I had been at the White House for 3 years, and I always had this desire to try to write some kind of comedy. I had the chance to write jokes for the president, for the correspondence dinners, along with several other people at the White House, and I said, okay, I'm going to write some kind of comedy about anything other than the White House. Literally anything. Anything that's not the White House. And then Jason said, I got this idea for a show about the White House. And so 6 years of working in politics, first for Hillary and then for Obama, if I was going to write something about politics, it would just kind of be like a long scream.
Late to the party. I based my work entirely on Malia up until now. What do the events that a kid goes through look like under the prism of the 24-hour media news cycle?
But I come from a big family of 4 as well, so I kind of know what it's like to be one of many, but obviously not with the fishbowl of the White House pressure. But I also had a sister who got pregnant around the same age, so I kind of had a lot kind of go off in that manner. She was a similar situation, young, single, and obviously it was not as big of a catastrophe for my father.
Independence Day was a real art, life art. You're kind of getting into the flight suit for the FA-18, and you're part of you shoot that whole thing, and you don't realize until long afterwards that other real life presidents would emulate that moment. You realize I don't know who's first. Is it life or art or life? On the Lincoln aircraft carrier, looked a lot like me. Television was my first time in television, and it does become like a life.
And embarking upon this journey of playing a first lady, which is not where I have been immediately oriented to myself in casting. When I got the offer, I was like, wow, I have to find my route into this. I went and I got a bunch of books on first ladies of yore, and was reading. I wanted to try and find a common denominator that linked them all. And what I found is that there is no, like you said, there's no rule book or standard for being a First Lady of the United States. And I wanted to bring youthfulness to the position of First Lady, because I feel your first instinct when you think of First Lady is not that, but Michelle Obama has changed that in our consciousness. I also love Eleanor Roosevelt, and I just love how persistent and feisty, and what a humanitarian and what a warm heart she had. She was bold and confident.
It's always the culmination of these family stories, but we see how it affects the wider world. And so
we've all read stuff, and we like the idea that certain stories echo elements of history. In fact, there's an episode coming up down the pike where the youngest son, who's not here, played by Benjamin Stockham, character of Xander, runs for class president. And as a former political consultant, Emily, Jenna's character, is tempted to get involved, gets too drawn into a middle school election, occurs, and a little break-in happens in a school locker that is intended to evoke a Watergate comparison. The episode is called Frosting/Nixon.
I just want to have the opportunity to ask a real First Lady. I mean, I'll sign a confidentiality agreement, I'm very trustworthy, but I'm just so curious as a woman, being a mother, once you're the First Lady, and marriage and the dynamics of that, which I've been married for 18 years. It's not like a calm, boring thing. I really want to know, like, in the residence, are there Secret Service posted outside your bedroom? Because when you're having a fight with your husband, and you're raging from one room to the next, are people hearing you? Or do you truly have privacy to, like, go toe-to-toe with your husband?
I have some questions for you now.
Okay, bring it.
If you're going to do a show about a family in the White House, you want to see what that means in terms of having kids. What does it mean to go on a parent-teacher conference if you're the president and first lady? What does it mean to go take your kid to a school dance?
The truth is, this is not a political show in the sense that the victories in these stories are about the family, they're personal. If anything, this show is about what happens after the speeches, and it's what happens when the cameras are off, and it's they're a family in this world.